Later, Chop Junior champion Mason Partak makes sushi stacks. Right.
Welcome back to the Food Network star, Iron Chef, champion, and owner of the hot LA restaurants, The Roof on Wilshire and Flashix Sandwiches, Nosh and Whiskey. Did I say it right?
You did.
Oh my gosh, please welcome back Chef Eric Greenstone.
Your Yiddish is strong.
I know, I literally Yiddish word. I'm learning so much from you already.
impressive.
All right,
Okay.
now before we get started, I
Okay.
gotta dive in here. Eric, I saw a special jersey you were wearing
saw that.
outside
Saw
there.
that.
Yeah, do you want to
Pretty cool, right?
say anything
That
about
was
that?
an authentic Earl Campbell Houston Oilers jersey.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
Showing a little bit of strength in the city of Houston.
All of us, of course. Thoughts and prayers still with Houston, of course.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah,
See, all the teams
nice call.
can come together.
So,
for
yeah,
things
yeah.
Like this. Okay, so today you are making a pork belly sweet potato hash with a hatch green
Yeah.
chili
Yeah.
salsa verde. Did I get that?
That's easy for
It's a
you to
hatch-
say.
hatch
Good
hash.
job, Allie.
It's a hatch hash.
It's a hash. Okay, so first, hatch green chilies. I've never heard of these. What
Oh
are
my
they?
God. Hatch green
Here we go.
chilies,
Look
right?
at that. I mean, look at
Hatch
that.
green chilies, to me, is one of my favorite times of year. It's a seasonal ingredient. It's an American ingredient, straight out of New Mexico. It's only from like now for like a month, and that's when they're harvested. They're sweet, they're spicy. It's like the best chili ever.
No, seriously.
Can you
They're the
compare it to
best.
any other chilies, or is it a chili all its
I
own?
mean, I guess it's kind of like an Anaheim or like a green chili, but it's got like the perfect balance of sweet and heat. And guess what? It's like all American, right? And when you're in New Mexico, like it speaks of Southwestern food. You know, like when you're in New Mexico, you see people fire roasting them, you smell it everywhere. It's just, you know, 'tis the season.
I can smell it in here. It smells
Yeah,
good.
right?
Allie, we have a pregnant lady and she would like to eat.
He goes, "That's
Go
wait,
right ahead. Go right ahead.
I know, I'm a pregnant sandwich.
Right. Okay, so the chilies, and how do we make them? You roast them,
So
right?
you can roast a chili. You would fire roast it and blister the skin, and then you would steam it in a bowl like this with plastic. And then once it's steamed, you can peel it. It's a lot of work.
Okay.
But it's great. But there's also a lot of these great products you can get that are canned. I like the 505. I mean, there's all sorts of different canned products you can use that are really just as good.
Okay, I like that. That makes
Yeah.
it easy for
It
me.
makes it easier.
So, okay, but we're using them two different ways in this dish.
I mean,
What
I
are the
love
two
them
ways?
so much that yeah, I'm gonna use them.
We're
twice.
gonna use
Yeah,
them a lot.
absolutely,
Where they're in the.
So the first thing we're gonna do
Yeah.
is we're making a sweet potato hash.
All right.
So we take grated sweet potatoes. We take some corn that we took off.
Look at, I
the
thought
cob.
these were carrots.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And then we take some roasted red pepper, right? And we're gonna take some of that hatch green chili and put that in there and just mix a little salt.
So is this the chili just
pepper.
sort of pulsed up?
It's basically fire roasted and then chopped. And I'm actually using
all right.
one of the of the canned products. And that means it's good to use those too because then you can make it seasonal. Yeah, I mean it's such a seasonal product. You can year round.
right.
You can get the hash.
Okay. How is it, guys? Is this something you're gonna be wanting making year round?
Really
Good.
Incredible.
so good.
So I mix it all up. I put a little bit of oil in a hot pan, right? And then what we do is you just take it and you make little patties. And you drop them in the like that. Wow. You
And
hear
when
that sizzle?
it's shredded, it cooks faster too.
Yeah, exactly.
It gets crispy.
It shreds easy. It cooks. I mean, it's basically like it's called a hash for a reason, right? It's
Right.
like making a hash brown.
Right.
Any particular temperature right there? Did I?
I let it go high and then let it start to sizzle like this, and then I'll turn it down. The longer you cook it, the crispier it's going to get, and the better off it's going
I
to
got you.
Could you make this with regular potatoes?
You can make this with regular potatoes. You can make this with beets. You like basically any root vegetable you want. But for me, the sweetness of the sweet potato works so well with the sweetness of the corn and the sweetness of the hatch green chili that it just kind of all comes together really, really well.
All right,
Now,
nice.
to serve with this, I like to use. I make this this salsa verde, which means green sauce, basically.
Okay.
And it's like a salsa, but blended
I'm
together.
learning more words in other languages.
And right, that's what we're here for. And it's super easy. I take some of these hatch green chilies,
Okay.
put them in, right? I take some onions. I take some garlic.
Isn't cooking so much easier when it's all prepared?
in the bowls.
I
Is
just
this not
love
how it
this.
is at your house?
You don't come over to everyone's house and just have
I
this
go,
ready.
when I walk into my house, it's usually the
just
bowls are set up.
lined
It's
up.
easier that way. I take some of the cilantro. I'm gonna take some lime juice. Okay, a little bit of salt.
This already smells
I'm gonna
good.
put it in the blender. Okay, and then we'll give it a quick pulse.
Okay.
Will we?
Oh, I don't know. Is it on?
Ah!
There it is.
And then what I do is I take some oil and I just drizzle that oil in.
All right.
Well, look how that mixed it all up.
Until it does that.
That's
Right?
a scientific way of
And
noticing.
then once it's like that, it's nice, it's smooth,
Oh,
right?
nice.
Wow, look at that.
Got yourself
Can I
great
just
sauce
can I
verde.
just have a taste of this,
Yeah,
this
you're
bad boy?
supposed to. Get
I
in
don't know.
there.
This looks really good to me.
Now, you mentioned pork bellies here. Are we allowed to maybe mix that up a little bit?
So yeah,
Maybe
look,
something else?
I like to use roasted pork belly, and that's what I did here. I basically just coated it in a little bit of chili powder, a little salt, a little pepper, threw it in a low oven, and cooked it for a long time. The lower and longer, the better. That makes it more tender and a little crispy. But if you look at it, what does that tell you?
It looks like.
Thank you. It's bacon. I mean, like bacon is basically
right with my
no, you're done. You're done.
Bacon.
Bacon is a smoked pork belly. So if you wanted to sub out bacon with it, you can. If you wanted to set, look, if you want to set turkey sausage or a chorizo or even one of those soy chorizos, you can sub it out. It's your world. Like, I like to play with food, so I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you to play with it as well.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go ahead and
Have
plate
fun
this
with your
thing up.
food.
So basically, I'm going to take my plate, right, and I'm going to take my.
By the way, I
Hatch
just ate
hash.
this alone, and
The
it was
Hatch
so
hash.
good. Oh,
Right?
this
And
sauce
it's
is
And look,
great.
it's crispy. It's not binding together because it's supposed to be kind of like a hash brown.
Yes,
Okay.
right.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take some of my pork belly. I'm just gonna lay that.
Okay, another question from the peanut
Yes,
gallery.
yes, yes.
Can you make any of this in advance? You know?
So the pork, look, you can make the sauce in advance. That'll sit. It'll actually get better with age.
really? So there you
It takes
go.
A day or two. The pork belly, like I said, it takes a long time to cook it. Cook it a day ahead of time.
Do you fry
Then you can
that,
let it
the
cool.
pork belly?
You can fry it in a pan if you wanted to make it crispy.
Fry it.
I like to just warm it up and slice,
Yeah, we just wanna know
slice
how
it
you-
like that.
yeah.
I kind of like the texture of it, like the soft stuff, right?
It's really, really
I
good.
take a nice, beautiful
Perfect.
fried egg.
And this is on the menu at one of your restaurants,
This
right?
is actually one of our brunch items at the Roof on Wilshire. So it is. You can go on up on Wilshire and Crescent Heights, Los Angeles. If you're in the neighborhood, come on up and see us.
I'm
so
there.
good.
We're
So
all
we can
there.
taste
Take
Ellie.
that. I'm
I'm
gonna take
gonna dig
some of this Hatch green chili salsa verde.
Yeah, and the plating is so nice. It's so beautiful when you finish
It's
with
so
all
good.
of
We
it.
want,
a piece
but
of
we
art,
want the two pregnant women's
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, how we doing?
I love it. I have a situation with my pregnancy.
The egg.
Not only the egg, I'm getting really bad acid reflux.
Oh yeah, me too. I have some
Anything that has
Tums.
a bit
I
of a
have
kick,
Tums.
it'll kill
Guess
me.
what? November, you're due? So November 6th.
I'll be.
I want to Roof on Wilshire, and I got you covered.
You got your brunch all
We'll
set.
host the bris.
I like that idea. Return engagement.
So I'll be eating the whole thing, and if you fry it, I'll be like devouring the whole thing.
I got you covered. I got you covered.
I love
It'll be
it.
worth the wait.
Well, it is called Home and Family for a reason. Well, thank you so much.
My
This
absolute
is
pleasure.
Thank
just
you.
beautiful and so delicious. Thank you for joining us. Next up, Dr. Shafoli Sabari is here to share her parenting techniques. Don't go away.